So today we're going to be talking about OK Plumbing, plumbing company outside of Chicago, run by two guys, Harry and Marv. They came to us, they'd been away for a little while, and I guess they just got back a couple of years ago, and they wanted to, get their plumbing business up and running again. So this is the original branding that we have for them here. So you can see a couple things here that aren't working as well as we would like them to do. So even just looking at the naming, so OK Plumbing. So it's not something that sounds like, oh my God, it's gonna be an amazing experience. It's just like, it's okay, right? It's just okay. So for that, I think we're gonna give it a 3. As far as being memorable, looking at the truck itself, it's really kind of blah, right? It's just not very energetic. The colors are really kind of muted. I really don't love the way the lettering is done here. And back then, when I guess when they started this company, they weren't doing a lot of wraps. So this is all actually hand painted, which is kind of interesting because that's my background. I come from hand painting, so I have an appreciation for the hand painting, but it's not very memorable the way that this is done here. So from a memorability perspective, I'm going to give that a 2. And then brand colors. So yeah, really not done well here. I really hate the red and the black. Just two colors that have no energy, two colors that are overused. And even the colors themselves don't work really very well together. So brand colors, again, I think that's a 2. And then the logo lockup itself, right? So just looking at the way the logo is comprised, it's got some fundamental flaws. For example, it's got black outlines that are on a red letter. So you never want to have your outlines actually have more contrast than the actual letters themselves. So in low light scenarios, this actually is a lot harder to read than we would like it to be. Nothing very interesting or innovative about how the lockup was designed. There's some structural issues with how the lettering is actually comprised, like this A and this K. Really not well constructed, and the Y also should be a little bit wider for that particular letter style. Plumbing and heating, again, nothing super special about that, and there's really nothing very exciting about what we're looking at there. So, the logo itself, I don't even really consider it to be a logo. I'm gonna say a 0 on that. And then again, not really a vehicle wrap, but obviously just looking at the canvas, all this wasted space here, nothing's being used there. I don't know why they didn't make the lettering bigger here. So again, the vehicle, just not really well executed. So I got a 1 for that. And I think when they first did this, they were trying to hustle, go to different houses and, kind of leave their mark on some of these different houses, but
all the great ones leave their mark.
It just really wasn't working the way that they wanted to. So 8 is down here. So now let's look at how we really tried to fix this and how we tried to make this a lot better, right? So this is the redesign. They still wanted to use their old van. I guess it had been sitting in a lot somewhere, and then when they got out, they were able to get it back. So they wanted us to do the first wrap design on this old Dodge, I think it was a Dodge Ram. So this is the design we did. Talking about naming, right? So initially we talked about the challenge with the name. The introduction of the exclamation point here really helps with that sense of it's more declarative. It's you know what? We're gonna take care of it, okay? We're gonna make sure it's a lot better. So I'm gonna put that up to a 6.
Don't worry about your home. It's in good hands.
As far as being more memorable, again, introducing colors, introducing a lot more things that are happening, actually creating a logo itself. One of the things they talked about is that, they almost considered themselves to be like bandits.
We're the wet bandits.
That they were running from place to place, right? So when we talked about what kind of mascot would make the most sense, we introduced this element to it, and I think it's a lot more memorable now. So I got that as a 9.
Yes!
Now they asked us to keep the red and the blue. We did go with some different shades on there so that this blue has a little bit more energy. It's a little bit more vibrant. And then the red, again, we typically don't like to have red and blue used, but we added the teal color, this light teal, to just try to give this a little bit more energy, try to give it a little bit more life. I'm gonna say a 7 on that.
Yes!
And then the logo itself, right? So what did we do to make that logo more memorable? Like we talked about, we added the exclamation point. Doing that in red gives it a little bit more sense of urgency. Plumbing and heating is certainly a lot more legible than it was before. And then we also introduced this tagline to the logo itself, right? So the tagline, service that's a steal. When we go back to the original design here, you can see that the tagline is just residential work is our specialty. Okay, you work in residential houses, like so what? So does everybody else, right? So it's nothing really unique about that. So I think the logo lockup now, like I really think we killed it with that. So I got a 9 for that.
Yes!
And then the vehicle wrap itself, like obviously certainly so much more innovative, so much more eye-catching, appealing. There's a sense of movement, there's a sense of urgency, like he's running really fast because, you know, maybe there's some people chasing him or something, I don't know. But vehicle wrap, I think we killed it on that. We got a 9 on that.
Yes, yes, yes!
So total we got 40 here, which puts us over here. So almost fully branded, which is great. So this is what it looks like on their new fleet. They started getting Transits after they realized they couldn't get any more of those Dodge Rams. I think they stopped making them maybe 25 years ago. So all the new fleet is going to be on the Ford Transits. And this is a billboard we did, again, highlighting this amazing tagline, service that's a steal, right? Really reinforcing it big on that headline there. Some mouse pads here. We've got their, of course, coffee mugs. And we've got some stickers. This is what their new headquarters looks like. I think it's amazing. It looks like a just totally legit place. Like if I'm an employee, I definitely want to work for this place, just looking at how amazing all this. This is the lobby that we did for them and design, nice wall wrap there. So you walk into this office, it just looks like a place I want to be part of, right? You know, again, part of their uniforms. And this is where it's really crazy. Like Harry and Marv, just like, they must have studied up while they were away for a little while on like how to really run an HVAC company and a plumbing company, and they're just killing it. So 1990, I mean, they were only doing like 100,000 in revenue. And you know, we launched this brand in 23, and a year later, they're already at 18 million. Average tickets before only like 2,000, and now average tickets, you know, 13,000. And what's the beauty of this is the ad spend, 5%. And then branded keyword searches, like, oh my God, everyone is searching for them. So this is one of my favorite brands that we've created. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Really goes to show you what's possible when you invest in branding. I hope you guys have a nice holiday and appreciate you stopping by.
Merry Christmas.